Not many saw this coming, but the defending D2 state champion Madison Lady Rams are still alive for their title defense as district champions back in the round of regionals. Next up, though, the once-beaten Shawnee Indians ranked number 20 in the state and riding a 17-match unbeaten streak. They'll meet up on the pitch for a shot at the Elite Eight, streaming live and free right into the palm of your hand, exclusively on the OH Report. And it's all on the way next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
What a catch!
Madison returns to regionals for the 5th straight season, looking to keep their dreams of defending the state title alive as our live and free coverage of Lady Rams soccer kicks off right here and now. Welcome to the Chicago Title Agency pregame, folks. Alongside Jesse Ryder, my name is Brian Skoronski, and as unlikely as it may have seemed at the beginning of the season, maybe even at the beginning of the postseason, Jesse, here are the Lady Rams back at it again, 5th straight year as district champions. Coming off of a big win over state-ranked Ontario, not many saw this coming.
Absolutely. No, we kind of described this season as the roller coaster season. We saw a couple consecutive losses, a couple wins throughout the season, but not a lot of consecutive wins. And we think maybe that pinnacle, the top of that roller coaster, might have been that Ontario game we just saw in the district championship. But Brian, it's quite possible that they may not have reached the peak of that yet. What's interesting, if you look through the top 10 in the state, 5 of the top 10 teams have already lost in the Division II girls area. This could be a Madison team. They're the type of team they could keep winning and find themselves right back in the state Final Four, the state championship game. They have the kind of talent. They have the kind of players. They could lose tonight. They could keep winning. It's one of those teams you just don't know. It'll depend on which team shows up.
It keeps us on the edge of our seat every single week, Jesse. And Travis Berardi spoke with Lady Rams head coach Zach Huff about getting to this point of the season despite not really knowing what type of a team he had until they turned it on here the last couple of weeks.
Here with Madison head coach Zach Huff. Coach, you lost a lot of players from last year's state championship squad. You took some lumps during the season, not the record that you had from last year, but your girls, you got better during the season. You won a district championship, and you're back in regionals. Just how has your team progressed from game one to now to get back to this point?
Like no other. I mean, they just keep fighting and they keep going. They got other places they want to go other than just past district.
How important is it having the experience of last year's state championship run for these girls to come back and know what they have to put up in a regional and maybe further?
I think it definitely benefits them. They've been there, done it, and they know what to expect. And like you said, our regular season is the quality of teams that we've played is like no other in our district. I mean, it's probably one of the hardest in the states to get out of.
And I know, you've still, despite losing all those players, you played a really, really tough schedule, and that has to be important getting into this because it makes your team ready for this type of a moment.
Yeah, I mean, we've had 9 losses. 6 of the losses were against state-ranked teams, so Division I and II, and, what you do in late October, early November is what actually you're playing high school soccer for.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So Huff mentions how challenging the schedule was for his team. Not quite the same journey for Shawnee. A lighter schedule, Jesse, but they've had some healthy results. They've won a bunch of games. One time they lost all season. So this is a team with a lot of confidence, expecting to win when they step on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, certainly. What a difference a year makes. You look at we talk about Madison and their undefeated state championship run last year, and the roller coaster of a season's been this year. Lima Shawnee, a little bit of the opposite, 7-9-1 last year.
Sure.
17-1-1 this year. Now you look at some of their schedule. I mean, they've done really well in a sometimes tough conference in the WBL. I mean, they're a talented team. I think they know how to score goals. My question, as always, is can they defend Nevaeh Lewis? That'll be the big kind of matchup tonight. We're looking to see where does she get the ball, how many touches does she get, and does Lima Shawnee have an answer for her?
We'll talk a bit more about Nevaeh here in just a couple of minutes, but next let's welcome in award-winning reporter for the Mansfield News-Journal, Jake Furr. And how about Richland County soccer, man? It just seems like they never disappoint. They're always getting big wins. Madison, even though an unlikely team to get here, still a fun team to watch and playing deep into tournament action.
Definitely, man. And I don't, like we said before, I don't know if we really expected this out of this group. Losing 10 seniors from last year, man, that's something difficult to overcome. But this young group has done it so far.
Let's jump into Jake's takes for the night. And I know that you got a 3-pack of things that you want to hit on here, Mr. Furr. What are they?
This tournament turnaround that the Madison Lady Rams have undergone here, the last 7 games of the regular season, they were 2-5. So they were coming into this tournament just with zero confidence. I mean, I don't know if they could be any worse, but it's 20-4. So during that time, it's been huge.
And then the strength of schedule. I mean, we talked about it. Zach Huff talked about it. Unbelievable the amount of teams that they're willing to travel around and play. Coming off of that state championship season, definitely battle testing themselves again.
Yeah, and of their 9 losses, I think all 9 are against state-ranked opponents. So, yeah, definitely they're playing tough teams and not really, and those losses don't affect them going forward.
So give me a quick prediction and some insight tonight. I saw that you wrote a great article about these two teams and just the matchup that we have going on here. So what's your projection about what we're about to see?
I really do think Madison's going to come away with this win. I just think they've been battle tested. They've played tougher opponents throughout the year. They've been, like I said, battle tested a little bit, and this tournament run that they're on, they're playing very well at both ends of the field. So I believe Madison's going to come away with a win here, despite this Shawnee team having a better record, and their wins just aren't that impressive. Playing in that Western Buckeye League, I just feel like Madison has played tougher opponents from start to finish,
and they're going to be ready for tonight. All right, Jake Furr of the Mansfield News Journal weighing in with some Jake's takes. Make sure that you pick up a newspaper. Always writes great articles, and I'm sure he'll have an outstanding one regardless of what happens here tonight. Appreciate it, Jake.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll bring back in Jesse now, and you talked about a big reason why the Madison Lady Rams got to this point with their tournament victory over Ontario is because of the play of Nevaeh Lewis. As we'll dive into a player spotlight for her, and what a sensational, outstanding athlete she is. She's got the speed, the athleticism, the quickness, and the scoring ability that it's unrivaled by most, certainly, that they've competed against so far throughout this season.
Yeah, I think the key for Madison is really going to be how many times can they get the ball to her. When she gets the ball, she's absolutely electrifying. I mean, her pace is incredible, her touch, just her ability to go side to side quickly and create more space. If you're not used to playing against that speed, that is really, really hard to defend. So I would look for her touches earlier in the game to maybe even catch Lima Shawnee a little bit by surprise. It's just, you cannot duplicate her speed if you don't have that speed available. So it'll be really interesting to see how many times can she get the ball, where's she getting the ball at, and what kind of plays she can make from there.
Yeah, she's a track star. As a freshman last year, was able to get to state competition in sprints, which is something it's tough for some of the younger athletes, especially in Division II. But Nevaeh, one of those rare talents where from a young age she's just had the gift. She's been able to put it together, and it's been really fun to watch her blossom on the soccer field. Basically from day one, she was contributing, hat trick in her very first match, and having another phenomenal season. We also got to give some love to some of the veterans on the team, Jesse, that help keep everything together. And Shannon Jamison definitely sticks out to me. She was a first-team all-district selection, and it's a girl who, second leading scorer on the team, she also defends very well, too. So she's one of those invaluable type of players that you just need to be successful, in particularly in tournament time.
Yeah, her stats aren't overly impressive until you watch her play, and then you realize, okay, this girl's the real deal. I mean, she is a legit defender. I thought her game against Ontario in the district championship was absolutely phenomenal. Just did everything to keep the ball in front of her, keep the play in front of her, get the ball out of that area, not letting Ontario have multiple attacks in front of the goal. Thought she was absolutely terrific, and just kind of that weird, unique game-winning goal, absolutely incredible. Whether it's intentional or not, I don't know, but it was enough to get the job done.
And I know we got a clip of that we'll show you here in just a second. Check this out. Off the corner kick, folks. If you didn't know how Madison punched their ticket to regionals, it's right here. Shannon somehow, someway bent it back towards net. The keeper, Mullins, was able to come down with it for Ontario, but she bobbled it just inches over the line. According to the reporters, Jake Furr and Kurt Conrad, that were back behind the net, they said it did look like it carried her into net just a little bit, but man, what a crazy, wild ending in overtime. A golden goal is how Madison was able to get here.
Yeah, I know there's been all sorts of debates and controversy and thoughts online about, was it a goal? What was going on there? The referee was right there. You look at the player's reaction, the referee's reaction. He's right there on top of it. I've watched that video probably 10 to 15 times trying to figure out how it actually happened, but it happened. The referee signaled it, and that's the game. And so now we move on, and now you have a Madison team who's ready to advance into the regional semis, if not farther, against a team from Lima Shawnee.
And for Shawnee, this is a team that's been getting it done off of defense, something that has been their bread and butter. 13 shutouts on the year. That's a pretty uncommon number when you've only played 19 matches. So when they're taking the field, they are suffocating you, shutting you down. It'll be interesting to see that chess match with the likes of Lewis and some of the other Madison players, this stud sophomore class. Are they going to be able to crack some of that armor get on the board. Not many have been able to so far this season.
Yeah, certainly some impressive defensive statistics for Lima Shawnee. I think 10 goals total given up on the year, which is just amazing. You mentioned 13 shutouts. Defensively they are absolutely solid. And so for Madison, it's really going to be where do you get your touches at? Where can you attack from? Ontario, they played a very defensive mindset. And I do think that's going to be part of that Madison strategy moving forward, is if you defend really well, you're going to find yourself in about any game you want to be in at this point. So if you just keep the ball in front of you, be really good defensively, it'll allow you to start getting forward and kind of prepare for that counterattack moment and really set Nevaeh Lewis free right away.
It's going to be Lewis fresh off the rip, trying to come out wide here to Callie Cyrus, who was not available for Madison in their district championship game. Also a cross-country runner that was competing in regional, so that'll be a big bolster to the offensive attack for Zach Huff and company, having another girl that they can rely on who's solid, sharp with the ball. Even though she's young, a lot of tournament experience, got into the mix a lot when she was a freshman last year on the way to the victory in Columbus.
Yeah, Madison looking for a little more possession style. We didn't see a lot of this against Ontario. It certainly was just kind of win it and get it forward and find Nevaeh, but like 6 or 7 consecutive passes there and then come away with a throw-in after that. So really it's going to be these, we talked a lot about Nevaeh Lewis, Shannon Jameson. It's going to be these younger players. I thought Natalie Back was terrific against Ontario. It's going to be these players to step up and really, we talked about at the end of that Ontario game is kind of rewriting your own history. Certainly you got to be a part of something incredibly special last year, but a lot of that credit's going to go to the Ontario class. This is your story to write now, your chance to really kind of step on the field and make a name for yourself and your team and your class, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's certainly the case for the Indians. As you mentioned, didn't have a stellar season last year, and really this is a program that has not tasted much success since back when we were in high school, Jesse. They last won districts in 2003, 2004, so they've been waiting a while. They finally were able to break through, get by into the regional round, and here they are with their opportunity. None of these girls have ever been at this level.
Yeah, and certainly, the boys program has some recent success at this level, but the girls not quite as much. And so this is one of those games you've really got to find the right level of momentum and pressure. You're so excited because you're doing something that's not been done in nearly 20 years.
Right.
And so to play within that momentum, here's the ball getting in the box, good ball across. Cleared nicely by Madison. To be able to play within that momentum, to not be overly excited where you just find yourself mishitting stuff all the time, but to have the right energy to come out and compete against a high-level team like Madison and to really, just get it. Oh, that's a good shot on goal. Ooh, a bit of a tough bounce, but she's handled it nicely.
That's Morgan Rachel, the keeper for Madison. Big punt here. And we didn't see on very many occasions in the Ontario game girls get open looks like that. Lady Rams shut them down defensively, and they were the team that was more aggressive.
The Shawnee keeper does well to get off her line. You've really got to be alert as a keeper when you're going up against Nevaeh Lewis. I mean, she just gets in so fast. You've got to be able to come off your line, just make a play on the ball, keep it in front of you. And, just her speed is so hard to duplicate in practice. So it's really, you just got to be attentive back there and be alert to what's going on. It's cleared away poorly by Madison. Shawnee's just kind of headed it back to Madison anyways.
And now a giveaway by the Rams in the middle of the field. So a bit of a filling out process here, as that one's going to sneak by, but Davis there to punch it out.
See, Zoe Best has got that speed on the outside that, she does well to get up and down the line there. We'll see if Shawnee can find her in some dangerous areas. One of their top goal scorers for Shawnee as well. It's going to be a Madison throw-in. Shawnee just kind of dribbled out of bounds there. A couple unforced turnovers early for Shawnee. You don't know if it's jitters. You don't know if it's the pressure. It's kind of the nature of the game. But quite a few turnovers early for Lima Shawnee. Just heavy pressure from Shawnee to deflect it right to the feet of Best, who puts it forward. Big tackle in the middle by Madison, who gives it back to Shawnee. A little bit of back and forth action. Not a lot of possession after the first opening minute or so.
This one races out of bounds. Indians throwing here on the near side.
This is what I thought Madison did well against Ontario, is to keep that ball kind of locked into that position here, and catches a little bit of break as Shawnee throws it back out of bounds. It's going to be a Madison throw-in, but I really thought Madison was able to just kind of lock the ball in, not give away a lot of space in yards just off misplay. Let's see if they can do the same with Shawnee here. A little bit of pressure. Got some space around midfield. Picks her head up, looks to find Best wide, and she does.
She takes it towards the middle. Rams were waiting for as Tucker comes up with the thefts.
It's a big tackle in the middle. It's going to be a foul on Shawnee. It's going to be a Madison free kick. Referee's right there. A little bit of contact after the ball was played, just kind of a collision. This is what we saw. Madison struggle a little bit with their free kicks when they got the ball around midfield or beyond. Didn't really have the ability to put it forward, but that ball is played nicely into the run of Nevaeh. She's going to get in the box with the ball. This is what we're looking for. There's going to be a corner kick for Madison. Nevaeh Lewis received the ball, was able to get in the box. Defended nicely but Shawnee, but did give up a corner kick in the process, which can be dangerous.
So it's going to be Jamison coming up to trigger the corner kick.
The last time she took a corner kick was pretty memorable for all the Madison fans. Might be a little bit different here tonight, but
that's a good-looking ball. Back post, back! Actually got a head on it, but the keeper eats it up.
That's a good play. Good corner kick. Good save by the keeper there. She's done a nice job so far. Just done what's being asked. Again, they find Best on the outside. Bit of a miss cleared by Madison, but Madison's able to get the deflection, but still don't quite gain possession of the ball. Kind of just chasing after a little bit.
Kirshner got plowed through. Able to maintain possession, though. Now back. Kendall turns. Shoots it down the far sideline.
Ball somehow stayed in. Looked like it was out 3 times. It is going to be a throw-in for Madison. I thought the ball was gone out of bounds a couple of times over there. So they used Nevaeh Lewis here for a longer throw. My only issue with this is then Nevaeh Lewis is not in the middle of the field, so it's almost got to be a design play to get it back to her. But the throw does get in the box.
Yeah, it takes a big, hard skip. Cyrus' backside was the closest to it. Jamison comes up. And it's cleared out of there all the way back into Madison territory.
It's a bit of a rough pass. Oh, it's a great touch, though. I thought that a lot of things could happen there, but she handled it well with the pressure.
Yeah, well done by Tucker. Off the referee through the midfield. Get a drop ball here? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's going to be a one-sided drop ball is what they do now. So it's going to be given to Madison, but Shawnee's got a backup, I think, like 8 yards or something crazy. It's a really unique rule, but as soon as they set it down, Shawnee's allowed the pressure, and here we are.
Back's going to push it into the box. Headed out of bounds, though. It'll be Lady Ram throw-in, and again, we'll see if Lewis elects to take a big throw. It looks like she will, chasing it down out there.
Yeah, the ball girls are ball boys. I don't see really too many of them over there. The one I do see sitting in midfield with the ball. That's not super helpful, but it's a big throw-in right at the feet of Shawnee. Bounces around, still bouncing.
Oh, the Rams with a shot.
Just kind of fell into the keeper's hands there. A little bit of a chaotic play. Not cleared very well at all by the Shawnee defender, but Madison could not capitalize.
Goalkeeper Kayleen Swallow. Another peek at it here on the instant replay brought to you by Baker's Collision. Yeah, the ball's available. You see it bounces one more time. It's up for grabs there. Lily Nill, the closest to it for Madison, just wasn't able to get a foot on it before Swallow could grab it with both hands.
They're trying to find Lewis from deep. I think that's the right play right now. Just where can we get her touches out? She's been getting it wide, and she's done okay. But if you can find her in the middle of the field, I think Shawnee's almost got her double teamed. Nevaeh sits on the deep center back, and the front center back's just trying to drop it in, not allowing anything to go to her feet. She still works back to get it there. A dangerous ball in, but no one's there because Nevaeh checked out.
And then look at her just charging in the acceleration, and she's earned a second corner kick for the Rams.
We know this is where Madison's dangerous. The last attempt was great. Natalie back with a great chance there. It's tough to defend if you're Shawnee. You really got to make sure you get contact away from the goal first. Otherwise, it's going to be very dangerous for Madison. Ball kind of drifted away from the goal, but ends up back at the feet of Jamison, who puts a better ball in the second time. Headed. Oh, kind of a flick header there.
3 times the Rams were able to get some type of body part on it, but nothing towards net. Shannon plays it in again. Just a whole mess of players.
There's just a lot of players right around there. Big shot. Oh, kind of caught everybody by surprise. The ball just been pinging around in the middle there, and then all of a sudden just popped out. A left-footed shot. Good attempt by Madison.
It was Marissa Adderholt, who had a huge game in the district semifinal match against Clear Fork. named our MVP. A couple of goals for her.
Madison with the first substitution of the game.
Big throw, and that's flicked forward off the header. Lewis trying to chase it down. And she's going to unload one.
And she's still getting her touches are coming pretty wide of the field right now, which, I mean, you want her to get touches wherever, but if you can kind of centralize those touches a little bit, which is easier said because Shawnee's got a center back that's playing in front of her trying to take away that pass. I think the one thing I've not seen Nevaeh Lewis have to do a lot of is kind of check back at an angle to the ball. I mean, it's usually she gets at her feet or she's going to run wide with it. This might stretch her a little bit in terms of where and how she gets the ball tonight.
Free kick won by Jamison out of the air. Now regains possession.
Oh, good idea there. Jameson, the good ball out. A little confusion if they're going to feeder space for Nevaeh there.
Haven't seen Shawnee on the offensive side of the field in a while. Nearly threading the needle there for Best.
You see the speed of Best able to close out, force a throw in for Shawnee now. She definitely is a factor on the outside. They're just her speed and pressure creating turnovers. So Madison does so well. Just positioning defensively is just consistent and solid, able to clear the ball away quickly. Just go right back to the feet of Shawnee, who gives it back to Madison.
And here they come, looking for a counterattack. Adderholt with the ball in the middle of the field, trying to survey. Continues the carry.
Yeah, good confidence on the ball there. There's nothing hurried about it. Now her ability to hold the ball up a little bit allowed Nevaeh to separate. Just missed her touch a little bit, but I like what Adderholt did there. I mean, just kept her head up, kept the ball away from the defender, and kept attacking that space to eventually find Nevaeh. Shawnee's got 3 players at the line getting ready to check in on the next ball out.
Off the deflection, it's going to find its way to Natalie back. A lot of nice pressure here by Madison. Just trying to keep the ball on their offensive side of the field.
Yeah, and Madison does that well. They really just pressure the ball, kind of forcing a turnover either because it's out of bounds or because it goes to the Madison players. Really, their pressure has really kind of set them apart here right away. Another Madison throw right around the 20-yard line of the football field. Nevaeh Lewis is going to take it into the box, a little higher than probably desired.
Yeah, that was a lob. And now this one way up in the air. Indians head it forward.
Big tackle by Jamison. The referee says it's good.
And she keeps it inbounds. And Nevaeh, quick spin move to the outside. Tripped up. No whistle.
Oh,
and
the
now
referee says signaled a whistle against Nevaeh Lewis.
Yeah, interesting call there. First foul against Madison.
Yeah, there's the replay. I guess Lewis just kind of fall into her if there was to be a foul. Yeah, the linesman signaled as well. Nevaeh Lewis kind of fell into her and then took the other player out in the fall. Be another Madison throw in about 30 yards away.
Throw finds its target. Neal deflects off her. Indians content just to place it out of bounds.
Nevaeh Lewis looking for another long throw in here. That's about her 4th or 5th attempt already at a big throw in. That one's kind of going away from the goal, but Madison does come away with it, but plays it right back to Shawnee. I'd like to see her kind of settle the ball there.
Now Tucker comes up, taken away by Best. She pushes forward, splits a double team, but she's going to draw the whistle as she chucks her way through Adderholt.
Yeah, Best has got that electric pace as well. I mean, she gets the ball, and all of a sudden she's just going as quickly as she can to goal, and Madison's got to retreat and find that new position. You got to figure out a way to slow her down as soon as she touches the ball there. You can't just let her run at you. The more she runs, the more ground she can cover, the harder it is to defend off the ball as well. So you really got to press that ball, slow her down, get the ball off her foot a little bit. Otherwise, it could be a long night of chasing after her.
Ball's going to find its way through into space here for Cyrus. And just really never touched it.
It kind of kept running on her. A little bit of the turf action there. Sometimes you're not used to that. The ball just kind of slips right through there. A couple of substitutions for both teams.
Kirshner checking back in for Madison Cal. He's going to take a seat. 3 players swap out here for Shawnee.
In for the Rams, number 15, Kendall Kirshner.
Ball's thrown right to Kirshner from Shawnee. She thought she was on the other team at something. That was right at her feet. Kirshner controlled it. It's back to Shawnee.
Big ball down the near sideline. Tucker with the header.
See Zoe Best is checked out as well for Lima Shawnee. Give the outside backs a little bit of a break for Madison. She certainly got some pace and skill to go at him. Good ball into, was defended nicely there. She had to step in front of her just to get the ball.
Shannon Jamison with another takeaway. Good looking ball into the middle of the park here.
Some space for Nevaeh if she can hit it. She does. It's a little slow. Good turn by Nevaeh. She's in the box with the ball. Good ball in.
Rips one right through in front of the net. And nobody charging in for Madison, so it'll be out of bounds for a goal kick.
I thought Neal did a great job of just picking her head up, finding the right ball up to Nevaeh Lewis there. And there's a lot of space for the center back had stepped up to press the ball and allowed Lewis some space there to operate. She gets it, gets in the box, but fires the shot wide.
7th shot already for Madison in the contest.
Jamison wins the ball, but kind of heads it right down at the feet of Shawnee.
Madison's winning the 50-50 balls right now, though. Dominating possession. Trying to capitalize on some of these turnovers by the Indians.
It has been a little bit of back and forth. Certainly it's favored Madison, but there's definitely been some turnovers kind of going each way. The referee signaled for a Madison throw-in.
And it's going to be the 3rd corner kick opportunity on the way here for the Lady Rams. Had a couple of clean looks.
Yeah, last corner kick was kind of played away from the goal. Tough to handle. Let's see if they get themselves a little bit closer. They do. Oh, just missed again. 2 near opportunities there. Just missing contact in the air. Madison's going to keep the pressure. The ball's still in the box. Still in the box.
Shannon sets it up. Lewis, one-timer. Taken by Swallow.
Tough turn right there. I mean, the ball's kind of come at her sideways. She's able to turn her body and fire it forward, but can't get much for placement there. Madison, couple near opportunities on these corner kicks. For both teams, you really got to clean it up, otherwise you're going to see a goal. For Madison, this is I would assume they're going to score off a corner kick the way things look. For Shawnee, you've really got to get contact first on the ball, get the ball out of that area. They allowed multiple opportunities for Madison to just keep attacking. Good. Defended nicely by Madison. They're able to work there, just not let her go forward. It's going to be a Shawnee throw. She goes big to the middle, touched away by Neal.
And now Lily takes it away here from Kennedy Jensen. And here come the Lady Rams. Backside, Kirshner trying to get there for a shot. She will, but again, Swallow is there and dives on top of it.
Forgot the key part about that. Madison had a couple players just kind of sitting there expecting the keeper to catch it cleanly, or well, I'm not sure what, but they just kind of got caught watching the ball a little bit. Big deflection out that the keeper's able to jump back on top of it. That ball was out and a chance to attack for that rebound goal, but nothing yet for Madison.
Maybe a missed opportunity there by the Lady Rams. But again, maintaining possession here. They have really dictated the action to the first 18 minutes.
Yeah, certainly some good opportunities, but no goals to show for it yet. That's going to be a foul there in the middle. We've yet to see Lima Shawnee with a free kick here, so they're going to get the ball right around midfield. See what their style is if they elect to play it long. Madison's got a lot of defenders back with not very many Shawnee attackers. They do look to set up as if they're going to play it into that area, though. Yeah, Jamison read it all the way. I think everybody saw that coming. There's just, if you don't have the ability to put the ball deeper than the line, it's really tough to play that ball in. You almost want to play short and allow the play to kind of develop and stretch the field a little bit. Misplayed by Madison, though.
And it sinks through. Potential shot opportunity here. It's ripped by the freshman, but then taken by Morgan Rachel. Best looking build-up so far for Lima Shawnee.
Yeah, Morgan Rachel with a good clean catch there. There's a Madison player that ran right in front of her at the end. I thought that might have obscured her vision a little bit, but she catches it cleanly. Now Nevaeh Lewis is getting forward, but surrounded by 3 Shawnee defenders who do not clear it effectively. Still kind of bouncing around. Nevaeh Lewis still running around.
And now this one kind of takes a side hop, but Swallow comes up and handles.
Possibly a near handball there, but referee signal hit her in the chest rather than the arm. So no free kick for Madison.
Punt to the far side back. It's the first one to get there. Plays it down the far side. It's going to roll out of bounds inside the football 10-yard line.
I don't know much about the Shawnee substitution pattern, but certainly Zoe Best has caught a bit of a long rest here. I mean, she had been in the game and certainly making an impact when she touched the ball, but now that she's been out, probably 5 or 7 minutes, so it's been a little bit different of attack for Shawnee.
It's a good-looking ball there for Tama Jimai, but Rams take it away. Adderholt looking to connect with Lewis, couldn't that time.
Yeah, I think one of the things Madison's going to have to figure out is you can't play Nevaeh Lewis every time from wherever you're out on the field. If they can find a second pass before they play Nevaeh, it's really going to free up that space there in the middle. I think right now they're trying to force it, and obviously when she gets it, she's electric. She's going to catch a quick break here as well. But you've got to find that second pass to kind of separate a little bit, move the defenders around, and then you'll create the space when you start moving defenders around.
Madison gets Cyrus back in the contest.
I don't believe we saw a first-half substitution of Nevaeh Lewis against Ontario, so maybe just catching a quick break. She has been touching the ball quite a bit, some long runs, and we've talked about her style before. Her cardio is. She's obviously skilled and a fast sprinter, but she sprints some pretty long distances as well.
Got Olivia Neal in for her. Let's take another look at that throw-in. She just got clocked in the back.
See Mila Davis going to be on the ball for the free kick here. See if she can put it over top the line, but in front of the keeper.
Pretty good looking ball, but it's been and out.
Yeah, just a little wide of the goal there. See the free kick. The ability was there. I think if she straightens that out, that's a dangerous ball in. Allows Madison to attack on it, but just bend it in front of that near post and. A little bit of confusion with the substitution maybe. I'm not sure what the stoppage was there, but referee signaled to stop play. Jameson steps up nicely and wins it and keeps possession. Really well done.
She's been doing that pretty routinely so far. Shannon Jameson having her way right now in the midfield.
Yeah, she's certainly winning the ball and getting it forward there. A bit of a bad giveaway there, but doing a lot of good things for Madison.
Kirshner with a pullback, gets by the defender. Now switches here. Adderholt. And Neal to the outside.
We talk a lot about, Nevaeh Lewis with this team and her role there, but, this is a talented Madison team as well. I mean, they've got players who understand their role. Obviously, Nevaeh's role is the goal scorer and predominantly the number one goal scorer by far. But, I mean, the girls really look to just keep the ball, win the ball, and defend well. And I think that's kind of the understanding they came to throughout the season. When they played such a tough schedule, you have to defend well against the likes of when you're going up some of the top 10 teams in Division I, Division II. You have to be able to defend well or you're just going to get blown out of the game.
And that's exactly what they saw throughout the regular season as that shot is deflected. 8 state-ranked teams on the schedule for Coach Huff and his bunch this year in Division I and Division II, so they saw the likes of the best in the state, and at this time of the season, maybe they're playing as one of the best in the entire state, despite having a record that just 11-9-1. As Swallow catches that one out of air. But they had to have learned so much from the team that just came through here in the graduating class, led by Taylor Huff, who put on a performance today in the SEC tournament. Scored a big goal for her Tennessee Volunteers in a win. But I imagine that they had to have learned so much just from their preparation, and the work ethic at practice was something that really stood out about the Madison team the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, congratulations to Taylor Huff as well, SEC Freshman of the Year. Just the accolades keep coming and the goals keep coming as well. Really impressive what she's doing at Tennessee. You talk about this Madison team, and there's really no substitute for experience, right? So you can watch a lot of good soccer, but until you get out there and get to be a part of it and get to kind of learn the ins and out of the game through personal experience, I think that's what this year was about. I think a lot of those games, it was a lot of learning. As we've said before, sometimes you can win and still learn some valuable lessons. Sometimes you take a loss and learning those lessons as well.
And after an up and down regular season, whereas Jake Furr talked about in the pregame, just 2-5 heading in to playoff action, but they've definitely righted the ship. And one thing that they didn't have a ton for themselves during the regular season due to different circumstances, kids being hurt or suspended, was they didn't have their full complement of players. That's something that they have had the last couple of matches and now here tonight. So if everyone's available for Madison, like you said, they do got some solid quality players, and the sophomore class has grown a lot from start to finish this year.
Absolutely. I think Coach Huff said it right earlier. He said, you've really got to start winning games October, November. That's what really matters. Obviously, you'd love to have the dream season of going undefeated last year, but really when it comes tournament time, that's really what matters. That's when you got to figure out lessons and figure out a way to win as you're learning, and Madison has certainly done that so far. Looks like a little bit of a strategic move here for Madison. Looks like putting Nevaeh Lewis as maybe the right wing, maybe a right attacking mid, and allowing Neal to kind of sit up top as a target there. Sometimes when you man mark a player, it's a little bit of a chess match. You just want to move around the field and see, will the marks follow throughout the field? There's Shawnee's getting the ball in the box with the ball. Good ball in. Bit of a heavy touch. Not cleared effectively by Madison.
And now they will. Jimai is going to run it down, though. Fabulous freshman for Shawnee. Looking for the cross. Oh. Steps on it. Now she'll unleash it. Find some feet. But it's going to be knocked away. Not able to handle it that time. Bree Ridenauer, the district player of the year.
Yeah, the freshman for Shawnee. Ooh, bit of skill there as well. Took Nevaeh Lewis to the ground with a little crossover touch there. Shawnee's picked up a little bit of pace here, a little bit of momentum. Zoe Best about to check back in the game as well. Has certainly kind of had that for them. Defended nicely by Madison, by Davis. Good patience in their clearance. Finds a corner.
Header in the collision. Yep. Yeah, that's going to go against Lima Shawnee.
Neal's checked into the game and drawn 2 hard fouls when she played up top there.
Maybe that's her role on the squad. Jesse, just give up the body. She definitely did there to Morris.
Absolutely. We'll see how long they continue this strategy of putting Nevaeh Lewis out wide and Neal up top. Referee looks like appear to bring the ball back. And now I'm not really thought they put it in the same place, but that's okay. A bit of a communication breakdown there for Madison, nearly resulting in a bad turnover.
Davis has it deflected right back at her. It's a foot race. Mila gets there first. But out wide here with Stover. Good look to the middle of the field. Will we get a shot? Not a lot of pace behind it, though, from the left foot there of Chloe Nance.
To it, Shawnee does something I've not seen a lot of from high school teams at this level. When they get the ball wide, they're not necessarily looking to put it in front of the goal, towards the goal. They're playing it back right at the 18. That's probably the 3rd or 4th time there. And unmarked now because Madison's dropping in deep in front of the goal, and Shawnee's stopping right at the 18. Got a good opportunity, but not a great shot to show for it there.
3 shots so far for the Indians, all of them on target up to this point. As Jimai looks to go one-on-one right by Davis. Burst of speed. Still carrying, but Tucker eventually takes it away.
Yeah, it's a good defensive effort, but Shawnee is going to keep it in front of them, continue to attack unless they can recover, and Madison does. And this is the ball they want. Nevaeh Lewis has got some room to run now.
Woo!
There's the speed, there's the touch. Now it's one-on-one again. She gave it up. A little bit of a hurried, probably not that it's unnecessary, but a pass that she probably could have kept and drawn that next defender out and then pick some numbers up in the process. I think that's the style Madison looking for. Find some space wide for Lewis to run. I would expect her to go farther down the field, though, before she wants to give the ball up. Good pressure by Cyrus on the outside.
Now Jimai looking to reverse field. She had a little bit of space. Finds Lewis instead.
Yeah, she certainly has got some pace on the outside, too. Has done well to kind of get down the line, get in the box there.
Ball kept in bounds by Nevaeh, then kicked out. A couple subs on the way in for both sides. 2 for Madison, 4 checking in, including Best here for Shawnee. We haven't seen her in about 10 minutes of action.
Yeah, at least. I think she went out about 25, 27 left on the clock, and we're down to 10 already. So interesting minutes. You know, we've not seen Shawnee enough to kind of know this strategy, but certainly when Best was touching the ball early, she was doing a lot of good things. But the freshman for Shawnee on the outside was doing a lot of good things as well. So I guess it's a luxury to have when you just have right wings just to keep rotating players in and going at people.
Lady Ram throw in on the way from the far side. Just about 30 minutes gone by here. No score yet.
Both teams have kind of had some quality chances or quality opportunities, but the chances haven't been great. Neither keeper really called upon to make great saves yet, just making the saves they're supposed to make at this point.
Madison with 10 total shots, 5 of those on target. All 3 shots so far for the Indians have made their way on frame. As the pressure by Lewis gets it with Adderholt. Looking for Nevaeh up top.
Yeah, I really think you got to find one more pass before you got to try and find Nevaeh. They might have called her sleeping here. Nevaeh pressing the ball. The keeper comes off her line well. That's not an easy save with the pressure of Nevaeh Lewis right there.
Yeah, it looked like it took it right up over the head of Lewis. Did Swallow as it takes a nice hop towards Lewis. Yeah, just right over the top.
That's good pressure. That's a great ball into space there by Shawnee. Got some room on the outside.
Tried to cut it back in that time, though. Did Lily Cleaves.
I tell you what Madison does so well is pressing the ball and then having support right behind the press. So even if you beat the press, the support's right there to press again. It's just so hard to think and then physically react in those quick moments. They're able to kind of not come away with the ball there, but certainly slow down the attack, which led to a Lima Shawnee throw-in.
Not a great throw-in. Ends up right at Mila Davis's feet. And it's going to lead to this. A turn and a 2-on-4 here for the Lady Rams at Lewis. Knifing her way through the defense. And that out of bounds, I believe, off the Indians. So it's going to be corner kick number 3 on the way for Madison.
Yeah, certainly Madison has had some interesting approaches on the corner kick. I think this might even be their 4th corner, if I'm not mistaken. I think they played one kind of away from the goal, but the other 2 have been dangerous opportunities right in front of the box that they've just not connected on. The ball kind of bounced around. Let's see if they're able to make any contact forward here. Good ball in. They do. Just wide. That's the attempt you're looking for Madison. Shawnee has really struggled defensively on the corner kicks. I think Madison has had 3 near opportunities off the corner kicks. That's a great ball in. Just kind of ducks into it and heads it away, but that's the opportunity you want for Madison. I think those corner kicks have really proven tough to defend for Shawnee.
Natalie back there. Got a big piece of that one. Had a lot of pace behind the header. Just shot it a few feet to the outside. But the Lady Rams, as they've done so often tonight, win back possession and trying to keep the pressure here on the defensive backfield of Shawnee, though. They have been but not broke so far. A team, as we talked about, boy, what defense they played throughout the year, only giving up on average half of a goal per contest, only gave up more than 1 goal one time all season, Mr. Ryder. So this is a team certainly that has been living and dying by the D, and they have been living a whole lot more than they've been dying, with just 1 loss and a draw to their 17 victories.
Yeah, and I thought that last run that Nevaeh Lewis had, I thought they defended her well. I mean, they just kind of kept throwing bodies at the ball, but the key part of that is you've got to get support behind the ball. And they were able to do that consecutively there, where they pressed the ball, then got behind her, pressed and got behind, so it was never really a breakaway. So they've got some smart and fast to be able to do that. You got to have some skilled and fast defenders there.
Nevaeh back playing up top for Madison. Ball through the middle. Jamison takes it out of the air. Well timed in the defense by Taylor Morris. And this ball looking for Best. They'll have her. Zoe with the shot. Not a whole lot of venom there, but at least testing Morgan Rachel a bit.
Yeah, I think the buildup for Shawnee has certainly picked up. They just yet to strike the ball cleanly. Again, I think she might have caught the ground a little bit. Referee's going to bring that one back. A little bit of contact there. Yeah, it's a great run, great space. Just doesn't really catch it clean. Maybe hits the ground, not sure, but mishits it somehow. And it's kind of a slow roller right to Rachel, who's done a nice job of doing what she's supposed to do until this point.
Off the restart, they're going to play it short here. Morris finds Ridenauer. It's been a little bit quiet so far here tonight. Haven't been able to get the Western Buckeye League Player of the Year going.
Yeah, her touch has been a little bit limited. She's not really receiving the ball in the attacking area. It's been the wings for Shawnee that have really kind of created the attack, and this is kind of that example here with Best getting it wide. Now it'll beat the first defender there. But the wings for Shawnee certainly have the skill to go one-on-one, and then Best obviously got the speed as well. It's going to be a Madison throw in here, but the referees don't, or the fans of Shawnee don't agree there, but certainly were right off Zoe Best's foot for a Madison throw-in.
Tucker waiting for the restart as Madison making a quick substitution.
Number 16,
Lily Nils back into the contest. Marissa Adderholt going to catch a breather as Tucker puts a lot behind that. Big bounce.
Yeah, Madison has no problem just getting the ball out of that space. If they can't find anything else, they're just going to hit it hard and hit it far. And when you have a player like Nevaeh Lewis up top, it allows you to kind of do that and sometimes be rewarded just for smashing the ball sometimes.
Nevaeh has not been able to really crack the armor so far of the Shawnee defense. We saw against Ontario, she made some outrageous individual efforts to open up big shots one-on-one with the keeper. Hasn't been able to get herself in one of those positions yet here tonight.
Yeah, I think the Shawnee defense is a little bit different in formation than Ontario. Shawnee dropped 4 players back behind the ball once Nevaeh caught the ball there. There's Best going to have some room on the outside, one-on-one.
Boy, is she fast.
She certainly closed down that space quickly, but defended nicely by Mila Davis.
Zoe Best, one of the best goal scorers on the squad, a dozen of them on the season. Jensen had the most on the year, 17.
Undoubtedly, there's some talented players on the Shawnee team. I mean, they've got confidence. When the ball's at their feet, they've got some confidence to go one-on-one. Just haven't really struck the ball, though, for a team who's scored so many goals. They haven't really struck it cleanly yet. I know Madison's pressure has been good. There's Nevaeh Lewis receiving the ball right at midfield, but poked away.
Indians averaged over 4 goals per contest leading up to tonight's regional semifinal. Their first trip here since 2004. Madison, 5th straight year as district champions.
I think that's the type of play that I'd like to see Madison find one more pass into the middle before they try and play Nevaeh. I mean, that whole back line just drops back for Shawnee. That's a good win by Tucker in the middle, who gives it away, though, now out of position. Best has got some room on the outside. It's covered nicely by Shannon Jameson.
Yeah, she read that all the way. Saw that Ridenauer was trying to thread the needle. Couldn't get through.
That's the pass I think you need. Now you can play her in. Yep, there's the space. Just missed. I like the build-up better, though. When you can find that second pass in the middle of the field, draw another defender out of there, it's going to give Nevaeh Lewis some space and some room to work. Just a little bit of a miscue on the ball in by Kirshner.
Just 2.5 minutes remain here in this opening half. We've seen both teams put together some solid looks on net as Rachel comes way out off her line, and she might get beat here, but wow, goes down, able to come up with the save.
An interesting approach to make the save. Certainly a great save at that. I mean, gets off her line, gets held up a little bit, but just kind of almost pounces on the ball rather than coming out at it. But the effort was there, and she got the ball, and now Madison's going the other way because of it.
Counter attack, not very many bodies forward yet for the Lady Rams. Nevaeh, of course, tracking. Had Neal, too, looking for her, and it'll end up as a goal kick.
It's probably the best opportunity for Shawnee, maybe one of the best as well. But, I mean, she had the ball. She's going forward. Rachel does well to come off her line, just make a play, and just kind of pounces on it, not letting the ball get by her, not letting the defender or the attacker get by her, and keeps the shutout intact.
Ooh, big ball off the noggin of Cyrus. Looks like she shook it off. At least it was off the forehead, though, and not the nose.
I guess. That's cold and hard regardless, though. Ooh. Referee does a good job just making sure she's okay here. If you don't want to look away. Oh, gosh.
I want to talk about a Baker's collision right there, buddy.
That doesn't happen in cross country, I don't think. Now I know why she's running.
Yeah.
She's tough. She stayed in the game. Referee checked on her. Everything's good to go. There's some space wide for Madison. See if they can find her.
Jameson carrying.
Jameson's done well to keep possession again. That's a good build-up. One more in. Madison's just kind of missed on that final attempt.
Neal looking for somebody.
Again, a miscue there. They're not really reading the body language and kind of the movement up front. They're playing to space when Nevaeh's checking two. They're playing it when Nevaeh's checking away. They're playing it where she was. Just a little bit of a miscue, kind of that final attacking area. But I think they're starting to figure out how to break it down. Right, one pass in the middle, one cut back. Just got to separate from that back line a little bit, give Nevaeh some room to work. I think that they're just missing those opportunities. Poor clearance there. Nevaeh Lewis is going to come away with it.
Wow, almost got a big touch for a shot. Adderholt will. A lot of contact. Didn't receive a whistle. And that'll probably be the last touch that we see in the field of play here in this opening half. But look at the speed by Nevaeh to charge in there. I thought she was going to get a big shot attempt, but you got to give some love there to Morris for defending.
Yeah, I think Nevaeh might have been offsides on that final play there. And the referee, I think he did call it. The difference of all sides or a goal kick.
So at the break, Shawnee and Madison all square 0-0. Some pretty good-looking shot attempts on both sides, but nobody able to deliver a dagger just yet. Take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with our Chicago Title Agency halftime. Break down the first half. Get you ready for half number 2. Keep it here live and free. Girls High School Tournament Soccer will return in just a moment.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
What a catch!
It's halftime here at Marion Harding High School, where after 40 minutes of action, still no score. Madison and Shawnee locked up in a 0-0 draw at the break. Rams looking to defend their Division II state championship. Indians getting to the round of regionals for the first time in about 18 years. But nobody's been able to break through and take the lead just yet. Brian Skronsky, Jesse Ryder here with you on the call. Let's dive into the first half stats, where the possession dominated by Madison. They were able to generate more shots, but the quality looked basically just the same. Corner kicks, Madison had a few deadly-looking ones, but they weren't able to capitalize either, Jesse, and then nobody was offsides yet.
Yeah, been kind of a back-and-forth game. We often talk about the momentum and that pendulum swing, and I think for a lot of it, Madison had the ball in the attacking area and just had a few miscues in their build-up, couldn't quite find Nevaeh Lewis effectively. I think if they can kind of shore that up, I really do believe if they can get one more touch, one more pass in the middle of the field and kind of separate from the play a little bit, it'll allow Nevaeh Lewis more space and time to operate to find the space that she wants. I think that's going to be key moving forward, and not just giving the ball back to Shawnee. Shawnee's got some players. I mean, they've got the ability to score. If they keep getting touches and the ball outside, they're going to get some chances wide to get in and put a ball in the box. You really got to limit where Shawnee gets the ball, how they get the ball, and can Madison go attack.
You can see that this team is one that it scores at a high percentage when they get opportunities and looks. All 5 of their shots on target, and as you mentioned, they're willing to place it to the outside of the 18 where they have some space right now. Madison allowing them to kind of occupy that area. Some of the shots, though, just not a lot of mustard behind them, and so Morgan Rachel hasn't had to have any spectacular saves, but she's made the one that she needed to. One time, really far out of position, but she dove on top of it. You said she pounced. She did look like a cat out there just grabbing one of her toys, so both keepers, you gotta give some credit to. Swallow on the other end. She was in the right place for most of the saves. A couple times it got away from her, but keeping a clean slate, as we've seen Shawnee do a bunch this year. Looking for what their 14th shutout of the year is amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. I think both teams' keepers have played well. No spectacular saves yet, but they've done what's been asked of them. Get the routine ones, get off your line, make the plays, kind of limit the big shots there. And I think both keepers have done well at that. I think that's going to have to be consistent. The one area of concern I think for Shawnee is your corner kick defending. I think there's been 3 times where Madison's had a near goal-scoring opportunity because the ball played in has been terrific, and Madison was the first or almost the first to win the ball going forward. One time it just missed 2 Madison players, and Shawnee wasn't quite prepared or wasn't quite breaking to the ball. But nonetheless, on the corner kicks, Madison has proved to be kind of dangerous in that area, so Shawnee's really got to shore up their defensive effort.
And for Madison, this is their 5th straight year here in this game. Jesse, Shawnee getting here for the first time in a while. Travis Berardi spoke with their head coach, Caroline O'Brien, just before the match. Here's what she had to say about getting here to this round of regionals and what her team has to offer.
Here with Shawnee head coach Caroline O'Brien. Coach, first district championship since 04, 3rd overall. Just how do you guys keep your emotions intact making it back to the first regional in quite a while?
I'll tell you what, the kids have been just really kind of easygoing this year, and every game they've been at it, they're like, Coach, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. So even after our league championship and winning the sectional title and then the district championship, they're business right now. They're all business. So we're excited for the opportunity and great, for a great challenging match today. You look at this Madison group and beating a great Ontario squad on Saturday. We've played Ontario the past couple of years, and it's not been in our favor. So, to see them do that is amazing. And, defending state champs, but they've lost, some kids. But I'll tell you what, they got some young kids stepping up who are getting some opportunity and have had that experience, that we haven't. So I think for them, experience, they've got it, and we don't. But, we're excited for that opportunity and for the challenge today.
And you guys, 1 loss on the season. You played some really tough opponents in that regular season as well. What has that done to prepare you guys for this moment?
Well, I'll tell you what, on any given day, our Western Buckeye League is a very competitive league. And our sectional, besides Brian, is all Western Buckeye League. So we got to beat each other up just to get out. So it's a difficult task. And, we had an easier go with St. Mary's in the regular season. And I'll tell you what, they came ready to play. Even Bath in the district semis, they came out ready to come get us. So I think that helped us prepare a little bit more for today. So we're excited.
And for the fans back in North Central Ohio that don't know much about Shawnee soccer, just tell them about your top scorers, your players, and what to watch for tonight in this match.
This group of seniors that I have is absolutely incredible. These are the kids that stepped up during the pandemic, during COVID, and were like, Coach, can we do Zoom workouts twice a week, 3 times a week? And then all of a sudden it became every day of the week. These kids are determined. And, to have these kids in this opportunity and give them this shining light is incredible. And I'm so proud of them. Our leading goal scorer right now, Kennedy Jensen, she's an attacking midfielder. And along with Bree Ridenauer. Bree was our Western Buckeye League Player of the Year as well as our District Player of the Year. And those two are attacking mids, and if we can get their quick little passing game going, we should be all right. And then we've got some good speed on the wings with Zoe Best and Natalia Boer. And then we've got a nice little freshman up top who does a great job kind of holding off players and distributing. So we're looking forward to it. We've got 2 senior center backs who are outstanding. And then my senior goalkeeper, Kaylin Swallow, has been great for us in goal, just giving up 10 goals. And then our senior, center backs. But our back line has been fantastic this year. And I'm super excited for them. So I got to give props to Taylor Morris, my number 1 center back, and Lily Cleve, she's number 22 center back. So really proud of everything that they've given this year. And should be a good matchup. We're excited for it.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
So appreciate Coach O'Brien joining Travis to break down the season so far. And she's really impressed with just about everybody on the roster. Didn't really leave anybody out there, but in particular, this young lady right here, Bree Ridenauer, gave a lot of props to her. Has not been able to get much going so far here yet. Lewis had an opportunity there, but then ripped away from her last second. We'll see if fortunes change here in the second half, but domination by Madison in terms of ball control in that first half, and it looks like back at it again with Callie Cyrus with the rock here on the outside trying to make a move.
Yeah, the winner of this game will advance to the regional finals against the winner of Rocky River and Oak Harbor, with Rocky River currently leading at the half 2-0, I believe. So Rocky River probably the favorite at this point, maybe Kettering Alter to win the state championship. But there's a lot of teams that want to compete and want to kind of take them down, and certainly we've seen in this division, anything can happen on any night. That's why you play the games. When the number 1 team is out of the tournament in the sectional championships, that makes for an interesting tournament run.
Good looking ball by Jamison, back post, Swallow. Swallows it up, no problem.
I think that's the near the goal that was scored against Ontario, that kind of front post ball right at the keeper's hands. Madison, not much pressure on the ball there. Allowed the keeper to come out and catch it cleanly.
One shoots straight up here from Davis. Callie couldn't keep possession in bounds, so it's going to be Indians' ball here. Looking to throw it down in the corner for Best, headed that way. And Davis just swats it out.
Yeah, Best is certainly the player you got to watch out for. I mean, when she gets the ball, her touches are just moving at a rapid pace, and she's looking to make a play. You really got to kind of keep her off the ball there. They've got a couple players, that are really capable of doing a lot of things, but Best so far has been the one to kind of have that electrifying pace down the line and looking to make a play out of the space.
Good looking throw in, finding feet, heavy touch. Back, puts it out of play again. So it's going to be another Indians throw-in.
Madison usually does well to defend and kind of get out of the area quickly. This time, not so much. It's allowed Shawnee to kind of hang around. And still, it's going to be tough here, but they are going to come away with it. Now they've got some numbers, but they're going to play it right. Nevaeh Lewis gets that first touch, but a big touch right at the keeper.
A little bit too big. Now Swallow with another punt. Drives this one almost in midfield.
The Shawnee player had it. The referee just kind of was in her way, and she had to run around and missed the ball in the approach.
Madison turns it over. Indians nearly gave it right back. Now they're going to play a big ball outside, out of bounds.
A little sloppy here to start the second half, just kind of back and forth, not a lot of possession, not a lot of opportunities. Just kind of winning the ball and playing it the other way, and that's the case in point right there.
Want to welcome everybody who's back with second half action with us here on YouTube and Facebook. Everybody lost internet here in the press box just a couple of minutes into the first half, so we apologize that we didn't have it for you guys live, but no scores, didn't miss much. Madison did look solid in the first half, had a lot of opportunities, weren't able to put anything home, and here they are surrounding the 18, but a tough giveaway, trying to force it to Lewis.
Yeah, there's a lot of space in front of Lewis, and they even put her in towards a goal a little bit and played it backwards right at the Shawnee defender. Madison just pressing right now to try and win the ball back. Not a lot of possession from either team, just kind of miss hits and collisions in the middle. I mean, that's the kind of half it's been so far, just kind of hitting the ball and chasing after it.
Get it to the midfield for Ridenauer. Great looking first touch. Now she puts it out. Good looking ball for Cameron Morris.
That's defended nicely though. Mila Davis, good coverage, good just steps in front, takes away the shot at the goal. That's really great defensive effort by Davis.
Davis had such a phenomenal district tournament, going against the likes of All Ohio and Kyla Spencer in her last match against Ontario, and basically was able to win throughout the entire day and was a difference maker for Madison, being able to get by Ontario and the state-ranked Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. A top-level defender. I mean, really had her hands full, but just did everything she was asked to do. Oh, it's a tough giveaway there in the middle. Allows Shawnee some numbers back the other way.
They're going to zip this one through for Jensen. Natalie Back was waiting on that one, telegraphed it, and I don't even think there was anybody on the other end if she did shoot that
Yeah,
through.
you're absolutely right. The other player stayed wide. The other player checked away in the middle. There's Best in the middle with the ball.
Bumped off her line, out of play. It'll be the first corner kick of the match for Lima Shawnee on the way.
Yeah, we've not seen much in terms of free kicks and balls like this from Shawnee, so it'll be interesting to see what their approach is. Best goes right in front of the keeper, kind of a taller player. Shawnee played it short and quick. Quick shot in. Big save by Rachel.
Yeah, she had to give up the body. Dove down to the floor. And now here comes Shawnee, putting on a little bit of a high press, trying to keep the pressure on, maintain possession. Have not done a good job of that very often tonight.
Yeah, I thought Morgan Rachel did a nice job of reading the corner. I think that it caught the rest of Madison by surprise, but Rachel got off her line, took away the angle quickly, and made the save to kind of keep it at 0-0. That was a good play by Shawnee. Heavy clearance there by Madison. Mila Davis just going to put it out for a throw-in, but tough clearance there in the back. Shawnee, a bit of a heavy touch, turns it over on their touch. Madison just going to play it deep to Nevaeh, or at least in the area of Nevaeh.
Now out wide, the younger Ridenauer. Poked out. Second corner opportunity. Just as many minutes here for Lima.
Absolutely. If you're Madison, you got to be alert here. Obviously, Shawnee's got a few tricks up their sleeves here. They went for the short corner, caught him by surprise. You would imagine they don't do it again. You're not going to catch it by surprise the second time, you wouldn't think. But what are they looking to do? So Best is in front of the keeper. They've kind of got a box at the top of the 18. We'll see what the activity results in.
Kennedy Jensen driving in there. Jamison got to it first, but right back to Jensen. Put it through in front of the net. But it's out for a throw.
Yeah, throw in for Madison deep in their own corner here. Rough couple of minutes here for Madison. A bad clearance, some missed marks. What they've done so well for so long is defended. And the opening couple of minutes here have not been great defensively for Madison. Bren Kiley just checked in the game for Madison. They threw it right to Shawnee, and they're going to gain about 8 yards on the throw-in.
So back at least out of the shadow of her own end. Throwing into space. Jensen got the first lick on it. Cyrus backtracks to come get possession for the Rams.
It's going to be a Shawnee throw-in again. Cyrus didn't really look to play the ball. What Madison has done so well, except for these past couple of minutes, is they just kind of get the ball downfield, regroup, reset their position. They're really allowing Shawnee to just kind of get multiple chances. There's another good ball in.
Broken up, though, last second. The Indians maintaining control. They've got the throw-in coming up here in a second.
That is a terrible PK. That is absolutely terrible. Oh, that's absolutely insane.
We'll have to take another look. Shannon Jameis had broken up about the call.
So
it's a fast throw-in.
And certainly there's a physical play there, but there's no way. You can't give that a PK at this level of game for contact in the back like that. That's absolutely insane.
Could be a devastating call as Jensen, the leading scorer for the Indians. Huge opportunity here. And she'll make her move now. She kicks it and it's into the back. The first goal of the night comes just under 9 minutes here into the second half on a brutal call against Shannon Jameson. Could be a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, the PK is struck well. I mean, that's a great PK attempt. Just puts it in the corner. That's what she needs to do. I just can't. The call to me is absolutely ridiculous. You can see she's going to have a word with the coaching staff, but what do you say at that point? I don't know. If you're going to call that in the box, you got to call every contact around the course of the field then. I mean, there's obviously contact, but it doesn't. She keeps the ball, doesn't alter the play. Whew, I really struggle with that call there.
Yeah, beautifully placed PK though, top shelf right side. Rachel, no chance to get to it.
I know you're a fan of the unjust PKs. I'm sure you're excited about that, but
see if Madison can strike right back. We did see in the district championship when they played Ontario, we thought it was going to be a huge goal by Nevaeh Lewis in the second half, and then took Ontario less than a minute to strike.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're Madison, you just got to just back into the Lima Shawnee defenders. You're apparently going to get a PK out of it. I mean, that's really all it was. She put her hands up. Certainly there's contact, no doubt about it, but to warrant a PK at this stage of the game, this stage of the season, I just don't think that's deserved. But the decision's been made, so Madison's got to battle back. We talked about roller coasters, and certainly if there's a team that's familiar with adversity, it's this Madison team this season. So game is certainly not over. They'll have some more opportunities, but they're really going to need to possess the ball and not give it away to Shawnee because they do have some players that can keep scoring.
Good ball there by Jensen. Had to go to her backside to make it. Now regains possession here for the Indians. Busted up. Everything coming through Jensen right now.
It's defended nicely by Madison. Their positioning's better. Still not able to clear it out, though. And it's still at the feet of Shawnee. So what Madison's done so well for so long is getting that ball forward to their feet and not giving up multiple chances. That technically is a foul. You got to be within a distance to play the ball there, and she backed her off. Was doing well to shield the ball. Here's some space for Lewis to run to. We'll see what happens here.
Nevaeh gets the first touch, trying to turn the corner. Second one, way too much. So Nevaeh Lewis having a tough go of getting one-on-one with the keeper, something that she's done on many occasions throughout the season. The leading scorer for Madison is just a sophomore. First team All-OCC performer this year.
Yeah, her touches just haven't quite been as clean as they normally are so far. I mean, just a couple heavy touches, taken out of bounds to the keeper's feet. There's some space for her to work, though. Let's see if Madison puts any numbers forward to kind of help her in the attack. They do. I don't know that she's interested in it right now, though. It's a big tackle. Shawnee has done well to send multiple players, and Nevaeh Lewis is down, holding her knee.
There was a big collision between her and Ridenauer. Nevaeh writhing in pain down on the field. Take one more look here. Yeah, that's tough. Left knee onto the left knee of the defender. And for Nevaeh, who's had some lower extremity problems throughout the season, been banged up at times. You know, your heart aches for her a little bit, but we saw her, at least it looked like got hurt in the district championship match. She was able to come back out onto the field. She's definitely a tough kid.
Yeah, just a tough tackle there. I mean, just both players hit the ball and just kind of worked through it there. And you're right. You know, I think she's tough. I'd be surprised if she doesn't come back in the game at some point. You know, obviously you hope it's nothing serious.
And for her teammates, who's going to pick up the slack offensively? Obviously, she's the target. That's who they're looking for in the midfield to turn and go at 2, sometimes 3 defenders. So for Madison, does it then become more of a team offensive style and approach? Or will someone step up and become an unlikely hero here in the second half?
Yeah, I think Madison trying to regroup right now and talk through some of that strategy as they're getting some water and tending to Nevaeh Lewis. I think for Madison, it's really got to be can you clean it up? Can you keep possession of the ball? And they've struggled to do that with Nevaeh Lewis in the second half. It's going to be can you pick your head up? Can you find your target? Can you find the midfielder? And not just force the turnover or force the ball back, but just keep the ball. The more they keep the ball, the less Shawnee's attacking, the more chances they're going to get, but really have struggled to do so in the second half.
Looks like Nevaeh is getting assistance up. Coach Monica got her up on her feet. And obviously, even though she's in pain, I'm sure a lot of it, too, is just the anguish of thinking that she might not be able to be on the field for her team when they need her most. Shawnee just scoring off the PK, and they're looking for an answer.
Yeah, certainly got a little bit of limp to her walk right now.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of limp.
She's the type of player that limp could go away as soon as she realizes she's ready to go, though. I mean,
that's a good point.
Once she starts running, I bet the limp's gone, would be my guess. I mean, she's a fierce competitor. She's a tough player. Maybe in some pain now, but I would not be surprised to see her back in the game. But we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be a Madison drop ball right around the football 40-yard line. Shawnee's going to put all 11 players behind the ball because why not at this point? You've got what you need here, so just to keep defending well, what they've done so well for so long, so organized defensively. Just they support each other well, keep their back line tight. It's hard to find the gaps there. So we'll see how Madison's going to play it now without Nevaeh Lewis in the middle.
And then coming up tomorrow, we've also got some regional soccer with the Lexington boys playing Bishop Watterson. So make sure that you check that one out live and free, 6 p.m. tomorrow night. We'll be right back here at Marion Harding.
Tackle by Tucker on the outside. Shawnee does well to keep it in play. Let's see if she can put the ball in the box. Tucker again with a big tackle.
They've checked in Jenica Tatum to replace Lewis. She's playing up top now. She's given quality minutes at different times throughout the season for Madison. See if she can come through big here.
Tucker's making a couple big plays defensively. I talked a little bit about Madison's inability to kind of get the ball forward, but certainly Shawnee has moved their positioning around. They've kind of anticipated where Madison's playing the ball and be able to come away with it quite a bit in the second half here. To pick the spots where they think it's going, kind of gamble a little bit, anticipate, and they've really kind of done a good job at creating second and third chances every time they're getting the attack. You can see Nevaeh Lewis on the bench there, kind of still getting that leg looked at. Can't tell if it's a calf or a knee or muscles or a bruise. A lot of possibilities there, and I'm not a doctor. I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, but
Jesse, we know that's
neither
not true.
here
Come
nor
on.
there. You're right, it was Comfort Inn. Good turn in the middle by Shawnee. They have her wide if they find her. They did not.
A lot of deflections here. Right now, wasn't able to thread it into anybody. And last touch, they say, by Madison.
I thought the center referee has done a nice job outside of that terrible PK call. I thought everything else has been right. Her positioning's been good. Just really struggled with the PK call, especially if that's how the game ends.
No question about it. We talked about this a little bit on the last broadcast. It changes the game so much, and it's just not real soccer per se, the PK. So if you're going to award one of those things, you better be right about it or feel like you saw enough contact that it really changed the play enough. I mean, nobody's winding up for a shot or anything on that contact.
Yeah, and I the PK is the right call if it's the right call. I just feel like she still had the ball. It didn't really even alter her possession. It was just contact in the back. So that's tough, but that's a missed opportunity for Madison. There's a lot of space in front of her and played right at the defender's feet. And again, just missing on those final third passes. A couple near opportunities there. Madison's picking up the possession a little bit. That's better.
Now Jamison plays it back. Going to reverse field here for Natalie Back. Good thing she got a toe on it. Otherwise, charging the other way was the sophomore Stover.
And she did a good job to get the ball forward. That was a great possession there by Madison. That was much better than it's been the second half. They just moved the ball around. The head was up, played away from pressure. Bit of a long shot, but the possession buildup was much better than it has been in the second half.
One of the few times we've seen Madison generate offense here in the second half. Indians have defended very well up to this point.
So, video of Nevaeh Lewis. They're probably getting taped up would be my guess. I'm still with the trainer over there. Maybe a sleeve or getting taped. Morgan Rachel's going to be out of the box. She's going to play deep, but in the middle, right at Shawnee. Get some numbers going forward.
And they're going to draw a whistle. Looked like Jensen had her jersey tugged a bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a collision here. After the turnover, they kind of run into each other, and yeah, I think she maybe grabbed their arm, grabbed the jersey a little bit.
First foul in the second half against the Lady Rams. That one collides off of Mila Davis outside. And a throw-in on the way here for the Indians.
24 minutes to go. Shawnee's got that 1-goal lead. Madison has not generated a lot of offense in the second half, and especially now with Nevaeh Lewis out, they're going to have to find a new way to kind of attack. I think really it's going to be coming from defending. If they can defend and keep the ball, they're going to find some chances. But if they keep giving the ball away, you might find themselves just defending for the next 20 minutes against a pretty talented Shawnee team.
They whip it back into the field of play. Jimai runs into a double team, gives it up. Rams can't clear. That's been problematic for him here in this second half. And now Back unloads one deep. Swallow way out. Tatum pressing.
A little bit of a miscue there between the defender and the keeper. I mean, both kind of going for the ball, and defender ends up keeping it there and does well to get out of that play, but it could have gone a variety of ways.
Madison battling here for possession. They're going to win it. But that ball up top, it's not the same when you don't have the track star up there wearing number 30. Who are they going to target? How are they going to attack?
Yeah, they still, even though you don't have her in there, you still got to find some feet a little bit. You can't just keep giving the ball away defensively. I just think you got to be a little more patient with the attack. And see Nevaeh Lewis getting stretched out a little bit. Still can't tell if it's a knee or maybe the calf. I thought the calf for a second. This girl's going to be offsides. The referee said no. I thought she was.
So a big spot here for Jimai. She rips it, and it's going to go into the back of the net. Huge goal here for the Indians, extending their lead to 2-0.
It'd be tough to tell if people will see it on a replay or not, but I thought the outside back step before the ball was played and put her into the offsides position. Referee was right on the line, signaled right away that she was on sides. There you see, it's a good finish, though. I mean, just strikes it well. That's what we didn't see in the first half of Shawnee. She steps into it, strikes it to the back corner. That's a great quality finish.
So Tama Jimai, freshman forward, coming through large. She made some great-looking plays in the opening half, but as you mentioned, she just didn't have a lot of pace behind her shot opportunities. That time, able to drill it into the back corner of the net. 2-0 now in favor of Shawnee.
Yeah, Madison's really going to have to get something going here. Bryn Kiley does well to win the ball, but again, another giveaway. Those are what's hurting right now, is that pass into the final third is just not connecting and resulting in turnovers at that.
Indians playing back as Natalie in there fighting for possession, and she actually picks up a whistle.
Yeah, you can see, yeah, she definitely grabs her around the waist a little bit, tries to move her out of the way, just battling for the ball. Referees made the right call. It started with the Madison turnover. It's really going to come down, can Madison keep the ball here, and they're trying to get in the attack. It's a good ball into space. She does well to flick it on, but just doesn't have the pace to catch up to it.
Now out of bounds off of Tucker for a Shawnee throw.
Better pressure by Madison in the middle. Let's see if they can complete a pass here to kind of set some space apart. They do. It's going to create some space that they needed that they've not found yet. Again, a better choice.
This time a nice looking pass. They push it to the outside now for Lily Nil.
That's good effort there by Madison. I like the attack much better there. Moving the ball well, finding the open player, get the ball in the box. Surprised it's not a PK there. It's almost contact.
Right.
Just kidding. This referee, I just
Looked
can't
pretty
get over
similar
it.
to what we saw earlier,
I'm
though.
almost glad Shawnee scored again just so the game wasn't decided by that PK call.
Back flicks it. It's going to be wide, though. Nobody charging in, and 4 players checking in here for Shawnee.
This Lima Shawnee team certainly has some depth. I mean, they just keep rotating just some skilled, speedful players out here, just moving the ball effectively. When they sub, they might get better when they sub, actually. I mean, they've got some depth. Players just kind of coming off the bench. Subbing probably 4 or 5 players in the regional semi game. That's a lot. You know, they're giving away a lot of minutes tonight. They've done a good job.
Jamison had it read by Best, but it somehow ends up with Natalie Beck playing further forward now. She's moved to an offensive role.
Yeah, Natalie certainly has the ability to go forward. I mean, she's a smart, strong player. It's just going to be, can they get her to the ball? She's one of the best for Madison getting the ball forward in that space. So without her back there, we'll see if they can continue to get the ball forward. Kind of a floater in there. Keeper does well, catches it cleanly. Madison's had a few of those attempts tonight where it just kind of hangs up in the air. You're not sure if it's going to go in the goal, over the goal, near the goal. The keeper's done everything she's needed to do so far.
They're swallowed with the punt, one out of the air by Cyrus, but off the big touch. Back and forth. Now Jamison plays one.
It's a good tackle there. Cyrus had some space to run, but just tackled nicely.
And
Kylie with a little bit of a foul. Yeah, no.
Good ball to the outside. Now 2-girl game here to the near side.
Oh, the buildup was great. The final ball was not, though.
It looked like Callie.
Now there's some space going forward for Shawnee.
Jensen trying to attack. Mila coming up with a big tackle.
It's a big tackle by Davis in the middle, but Shawnee's still with the ball right now. Played a dangerous ball into space. Bess has got some room. She's one-on-one.
Turning the corner. Off her line is Rachel. It doesn't matter. Another huge goal, and Shawnee pouring it on here in the second half. All 3 of their scores have come here in half number 2.
Yeah, we've talked about the pace of Bess pretty much the whole game. I mean, it was just speed there and just gets enough. Takes a big touch. Rachel comes off the line, but Bess fast enough to get there and just get the next touch and finish.
Things starting to come unraveled here a bit for Madison, who, after the really, really difficult PK that they gave up where Jensen put it away, after that, then they lose their star forward, and things are starting to spiral a bit in favor of Shawnee, who's taking full advantage.
Yeah, we've talked about Zoe Best quite a bit. I mean, we just kind of felt that she was going to get a quality chance at goal, and it does result in a goal there. I mean, just good speed. It's a good ball in. I couldn't tell who played on the outside there. A good ball across the middle, separates from the defender, and Best just accelerates and hits enough of it to finish to give Shawnee a 3-0 lead in the regional semi game.
Shawnee still has not attempted a shot that has gone off frame. These girls, when they are taking their opportunities, they are making sure that they get the best of them. That's a great looking ball, and now looking forward for Mila Davis, who is tracking. Busted up at the last second.
Yeah, Madison just trying to get some different players forward now. I mean, they know that they've got to get 3 goals in 18 minutes against a team that barely gave up that in a season. So they're really going to have to be creative in their attack. So they're going to put up some of their top defenders, and when you do that, you risk that counterattack. You risk giving up some goals. So you got it. It's kind of that chess game. What's going to be your strategy? You see Mila Davis sitting up top, Natalie Back sitting up top. It's going to be a Shawnee throw and keeping the subs moving, keeping the clock going. What a turnaround for Shawnee from a year ago. You look at their record, 7-9-1. I think that had a 7-0 loss to Ontario. And to come up with the team you have right now, I think this 17-1-1 if I'm not mistaken. I mean, just a lot of impressive. That's such a great turnaround. Credit to Coach O'Brien. It's 2-on-1 the other way for Shawnee. Right around Tucker. Left-footed shot. Saved nicely by Rachel. It's going to stay in play. It's going to be a corner kick for Shawnee. There's a Madison player down in the middle.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Shannon Jameson.
Yeah, the keeper, I think Morgan Rachel kind of grabbed her hamstring. She was kind of hobbling a little bit as well. So tough couple of minutes here for Madison. Just kind of went from bad to worse after this PK. So the PK, a Nevaeh Lewis injury, a Shawnee goal, another Shawnee goal, and now a couple players down for Madison.
But unfortunately for the Lady Rams, I mean, it's the two players that we had the player spotlights for here tonight that they depend on. Certainly Shannon has done a lot of nice work in the midfield tonight. Without the top scorer, Nevaeh looks like perhaps she's lost for the night. She's got a blanket on her over on the sideline, so could be tough here for Madison to try to mount some type of a comeback here, Jesse.
Yeah, it looks like they've got the left leg wrapped of Nevaeh Lewis. I can't tell if it's maybe the knee or the calf, but certainly kind of has her leg wrapped up there. I really didn't see what happened to Jameson in the middle of the field. I was kind of watching where the ball was going after the shot, and she
came up with a big tackle, and it got deflected off of her. So she is down on the field. Here's
the Zoe Best goal again. You just see the speed and nothing pretty about the finish. Just does what she needs to do. Just left foot over the keeper, gets the goal she needs. We talked about her all game. Kind of felt that was coming, that she's going to get that breakaway in. Just had the pace and just that intensity to match.
And for Shawnee, while they've got 3 goals here in the second half, what's really carried them to this position, Jesse, is their defense throughout this tournament. And actually, both teams so solid defensively. Indians have only given up 1 goal so far during this entire postseason stretch. Lady Rams only allowed 1 goal per contest heading here into this matchup. And for them, defended so well when they were at full strength early in the game. Now it's kind of come undone here. 3 goals in about the last 15 minutes. But the Lady Indians, you got to really, really like what you've seen from them in their back line and how they defend, they sink, and they just make it tough getting anything going towards the net.
Yeah, I mean, their defensive just pressure and cover has been really, really well tonight. I mean, just containing Nevaeh, then whatever Madison's had up there. It's just been a little bit of everything defensively. They just right positioning, right effort, right pressure. They've just done everything right to see why they've only given up 10 goals on the season.
And another tough break here for the Lady Rams as they're going to lose one of their best. Shannon Jameson getting hobbled over to the sideline. So for Madison, with just under 17 minutes to go, see what they can do to dig deep, show some guts, try to battle back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the goal at this point is you just want to get a goal. You know, you're not going to get 3 at a time, so you just got to keep battling. Can you get a quality opportunity at the goal and finish your opportunity? But in the meantime, you also have to defend this corner here. That was a great save by Rachel. It's going to lead to a Lima Shawnee corner. You've got 2 veteran players out of the game right now, so you kind of someone's got to step up and show some leadership out there. You got to defend well here. You don't want to just keep giving up goals all night. You know, so it's going to come down to effort and leadership for Madison. Can they finish this game with quality and with a little bit of just perseverance and pressure?
Kaylin Swallow's been solid so far in net for Shawnee. Jensen strikes this one well headed, just off target.
Shawnee's still got the ball, and Best has got it in the box. We've seen the skill of the Shawnee girls. They are not afraid to go one-on-one.
Now headed back towards the middle. Taken out of there. Now it looks like Madison's going to clear down the far side with Natalie back. Playing a ball well out in space. Mila Davis now changing roles. She's going to be up top. That's going to be the target for Madison as they're going to try to eat away at this deficit. As you mentioned, you can't get 3 goals in one shot, but try to get one. That's what they're doing with Mila now playing up top.
Yeah, they've definitely got a young group in there, so it's just going to be a little bit of, again, we talked about this learning experience. Can you battle back? Can you get one? You just give yourself a little bit of life here and get 1 goal, and then just kind of open the game up a little bit, put some pressure on Lima Shawnee. Right now, all the momentum is favoring Shawnee. Can you get a play to kind of set the course of the game back towards your favor a little bit?
They're going to clear it through the middle. Tucker steps up and makes a nice play.
Yeah, Tucker's really going to have her hands full back there. I mean, Shawnee's got some players who can attack without Davis back there. There's going to be some space in numbers, and there's a great ball into space. See Best run on the opposite side.
And now Stover had the one-on-one. Rachel actually came out, deflected it off of her, so it worked out well as it's going to be a goal kick on the way for the Lady Rams.
Yeah, Rachel's done a nice job here. I mean, the PK was certainly no fault of hers, and the breakaway with Best was good as well. I mean, she's doing what she needs to do. But you got to be careful here in your ability to go forward. You don't keep giving up breakaways the whole time, otherwise the game's just going to get further out of reach.
Madison looking to work it through the middle of the field. Now up top, back out wide. Too much pace behind that pass.
Yeah, Madison just not completing a lot of their passes tonight. When they have, they've looked good. When they have not, it's been poor.
Kind of been a tale of two halves. Madison looked pretty sharp in the first half, maintaining possession, moving towards net. The last pass oftentimes wasn't there, weren't able to set up too many quality looks, but they were at least able to maintain possession. Here in the second half, it's been Shawnee that has mostly dominated, and here's another good ball down the wing.
Yeah, certainly some space to run into there. I mean, they're finding the right place in the field to attack. Madison dropped, I think, one of their defenders up top. Just numerically, we know Davis is up there, but I think they even pulled the strategy. They got two strikers kind of sitting up there. Maybe like a 3-5-2 they're running. So there's a lot of space in the corners to attack. You know what I'd love to know from Coach O'Brien from Lima Shawnee is what were the expectations at the beginning of this year? I mean, when you go off 7-9-1 one year, and then to turn around and you looking at 18-1-1 and a berth in the regional finals, was that the expectation? Like, did they believe they were that good and just couldn't quite piece it together last year? I mean, that's quite a turnaround. That's really impressive.
Probably a conversation that we can have after this match. Have Travis Barty down on the field getting some interviews.
Should do over-under how many players she names in the interview.
I'm sure she's going to be satisfied with a lot of player production.
They have played well tonight. She did name quite a few names. It is going to be another Lima Shawnee corner kick.
Fourth one here, the second half.
Yeah, Coach O'Brien certainly has the girls ready, though. I mean, the second half, the adjustments that were made, I mean, they kept taking away the gaps. They take away the opportunities for Madison. Another short corner, 2-on-1. They've executed well.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, that's the ball they played earlier that no one was there.
Yeah, they had Stover waiting around. Best to just a bit behind them with that pass.
That ball was not out of bounds. What in the world? She clearly kept the whole ball in, and the referee signaled out of bounds. Well.
So somewhat of a break here for the Lady Rams as they're going to get possession back with the throw-in. Cyrus throws it away, though.
Quick throw by Shawnee. Oh, there's some space in the middle that we talked about, kind of readjusting the mid. Big strike. It's going to go wide.
First shot off target that I have documented so far in this match for Lima Shawnee.
Sub her out. Sub her out. If you can't hit the target, you're out. That's an impressive statistic, actually, because I mean, they've had quite a few chances, especially in the second half, to be able to just keep putting it on frame and make keepers make saves.
And certainly some of their top goal scorers on the year. I was really impressed to read Zoe Best. She's now got 13 goals on 33 shots. Bree Ridenauer, 12 goals on the season, just 24 shots. So
wow,
you're picking the right spots when to unload.
Absolutely, that's really impressive.
Oh,
I've had teams who've had that many players have had that many shots in a game before.
It would seem that way,
Right.
especially when it's one of your best and a girl that you're having handle the ball a lot. Impressive statistic. Nice run here by Cyrus. Ended as she met Schaaf.
The ball just kind of keeps drifting away. That I thought Tucker was going to come away with it, but just kind of get drifting away from her. Allowed Shawnee to put some pressure on, then forced a quick throw here from Shawnee.
Yeah, and they do that well. They get the ball right back into the field of play, and they do not allow Madison to rest or get set.
Yeah, that's the play right there. The adjustment from Shawnee and the inability of Madison to get the ball forward to Striker's feet. It's just allowed Shawnee to keep attacking, and they undoubtedly have some girls who can attack.
Another nice pressure, and Morris getting up on the attack. Last pass deflected, and Madison trying to come back the other way, but Cyrus didn't get much behind that pass, out of bounds, and back into Ridenauer. Here comes Shawnee, good-looking move.
It's going to be a Madison throw and finally relieve a little pressure here. They've just been defending for what feels about 10 to 15 minutes.
And that ball for the Lady Rams, though it found some feet there with back, with no Nevaeh Lewis, with one of the fastest players in the state of Ohio in Division II. Not available here for the bulk majority here the second half. Just looks different offensively for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good build up there. Again, just a miscommunication. Even with Nevaeh, they had some miscommunications on how they're playing that ball into the box there. Just not quite as organized as they have been. It's part of that roller coaster season that there are moments when they've looked really sharp, and there are moments when the miscues and miscommunications will prove to be costly.
Davis off the deflection right to the feet of Cyrus, looking for a shot. Now she's going to try to find Mila out wide. Madison with players tracking forward.
It's a good ball into the box.
And headed back, a diving save by Swallow. Davis with the follow-up and another dive and a second save on this possession by the keeper.
Well, Swallow's two best saves came in quick succession there. I mean, it's a great diving attempt off the corner to keep the ball in the back of the net. This is a great ball in as well. You can see the header just as well. Just put contact and put it towards the goal. Swallow does well, tip it away, and gets back up, protects her front post, and just tips it out for a corner. Really great work by the keeper, Swallows there. Now, we did talk about this earlier in the game. The Madison corner kicks proved to be a little difficult for Lima Shawnee to defend, but Madison did not get a goal to show for it. So let's see what happens here.
Adderholt's got it teed up. Couple of knocks on the ball by Madison, but neither of them end up on frame. Ball races down to Tucker. And Shawnee says that it was deflected. The official agrees.
In our concession stand, all hot food is now half off.
Ooh, so half off all the hot food, Jesse. It's a little cold out here.
It is a little chilly here. Our booth up here is not as warm as others.
We do have heat in this press box, we're told. Or at least we thought. There's some knobs in here that suggest that there's heat. I'm
Body
just not
warmth,
feeling it.
maybe. I don't know anything else, though. Madison just struggling to kind of find that ball forward again. They broke the back line, or trying to break the back line with that final pass in, and just not doing it effectively right now. And now Shawnee gets to have some numbers forward. 4-on-3. Let's see if they can find the open player. They do. Great ball into space.
Jensen with a killer ball down here for Stover. Going to keep it in bounds. Looking for a cross. Now the one-on-one.
It's going to be a Lima Shawnee corner kick. 6 minutes, 57 seconds to go. Shawnee's just finding the attack right now. They're just picking their head up, finding the space they want. It's a great ball to the middle. They really recognized where the space was, where the defenders were lined up, and played the right ball in.
And after not earning a single corner kick in the opening half, this will be their 5th here in the second.
Yeah, we talked about what a difference a year makes, but what a difference a half makes. It's another great ball in. Ooh, just missed there by Shawnee.
A couple of Lady Rams took a swing and a miss, and it rolls all the way out over the end line on the other side of the field. Corner kick number 2 on the way here on this possession.
Referee signaled for a corner. Madison is very perplexed as well. I don't think it hit a Madison player. Shawnee had an attempt at goal on it. Shawnee's also in no hurry to take the corner kick here, letting some minutes just tick off the clock. That's a near goal by Shawnee off the corner. I missed the deflection if there was one, but Madison certainly had the appearance that there was not one. I thought Shawnee was going to get a goal out of the situation, though.
Yeah, it certainly felt like Madison tried to make contact and was not able to, as Jensen again plays a nice ball. Morris was tracking. They'll play it back out wide to Jensen. Lofts this one in the air. And headed away. Cyrus finds Adderholt now in the midfield. Madison looking to put together a counterattack.
Good ball into space there. Again, a little bit of miss. If she was checking back to the ball, and she played it long into space, just not communicating effectively.
Pulled Swallow out of net, but Madison not able to capitalize. No shot attempts. And they're going to get in some substitutions here. A couple of them.
So we got maybe a couple new players for Madison checking in the game, just getting some minutes at this level. Can't see the numbers yet. Lexi Davis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Lexia Davis, the senior striker, probably going to go for the last 5 minutes.
Substitution number 21.
Kylie Stout, I think I also checked in the game as well. This will be another Madison throw in right around the 20-yard line, 15-yard line maybe. Oh, a little farther ahead, I guess. Good throw in, just nothing to it though.
No,
Tucker just hits a big, heavy ball.
Just seeing if she can't get a deflection or something going towards net. Davis kind of doing the same. Didn't have quite the same pace behind it, though. And Lady Rams starting to run out of time here. The defending Division II state champions got here unlikely, but nevertheless still at the round of regionals as bodies are getting thrown. Lily Nill, I think, lost her composure a bit.
Yeah, no, it should probably be a card here. It should be Madison Ball, though. I mean, she was.
You're going to change it.
You can look here a little bit. You can't really see. The Shawnee was kind of kicking at the ball on the ground, which would be a dangerous play.
And actually, yeah, when you watch it again, more of a flop kind of from right now. I know that she's just putting all of her body weight into her, trying to make it look worse than it was. And then right now, it did get chucked a little bit.
Yeah, that's definitely.
that was there.
It's not the first foul. Or it's near goal-scoring opportunity for Shawnee there. Rachel again off her line well. Shawnee can really attack well. The second half, they've really turned it on. And defensively, they've made the right play every night. This is a solid team here. Now they're going to have their hands full with probably Rocky River at this point. I've not seen or heard the score recently. That should be a foul. There we go. Should be a foul as well. But Rocky River is what everybody thought was last year was going to be their year. Somehow it's better this year, which is an interesting accolade because they were very skilled last year.
Madison, of course, put Rocky River out of the tournament a season ago. And I want to say the state semifinals is when they met.
Yeah, that is correct. And Rocky River, I think, had either 1 or 2 goal lead. I believe 2-goal lead right before half, and Madison kind of gets a lucky goal back to make it 2-1. And then it became the Taylor Huff show in the second half.
Just put the team on her back.
Absolutely, the top 10, ESPN top 10 goal from just inside midfield.
Still have it saved on my computer, number 4 to be exact, Jesse.
Nice.
Got our call on the air on ESPN. Definitely, I said it was the highlight of my year last year, actually. Pretty sweet. Don't get too many of those opportunities.
Absolutely.
And how many times do you see a girl punch in a 50-yard shot into the top corner?
Oh,
Never.
My favorite thing is her dad told her to shoot it, so it was common. It wasn't the first time it's happening. You can see on the replay, she looks over at him, he says to shoot it, and she does and drills it, and the rest puts us on ESPN.
And boy, we talked about it a little bit in the first half. Taylor Huff and what she's been able to do at the collegiate level. I don't think anybody's really surprised. She's been a starter and for every single match, I think, except for one for Tennessee so far this season. And she's one of the more dominant players in the SEC. It's really a treat to watch the true freshman for Madison. 2-time state player of the year. 4-time All-American, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the accolades just keep growing. She's got a fun career to watch to see, does it go farther than Tennessee, which a lot of people think it's possible. It's heading that direction. Certainly dominant as a freshman there, and lots of soccer ahead still.
And for Madison, not having that player this year led to that roller coaster up and down type of campaign, but still found it when it mattered most in tournament time. And, maybe that PK call just changed the whole complexion. I think it did. It kind of put this game in a spot where it had been a great defensive battle, and then that penalty change the tide, certainly, Jesse.
Absolutely, and no disrespect to Shawnee, because they have some talent, and they are a solid team, and they have done what they needed to do. I mean, they've scored some good goals, they've had some good opportunities, and defensively they've done what a lot of teams have not been able to do, and that was shut down Nevaeh Lewis for at least a half and then a half of a half. I mean, and defensively, they're in the right place. They're getting the ball out. They're not giving away a lot of looks. My only concern for them will be, the defending the corner kicks and the set pieces there. Madison's had a couple near opportunities, but they have been sharp defensively tonight. Just 20 seconds left to go here before Shawnee moves on to what we believe will be against Rocky River in the regional finals of Division II.
And for Madison, they will wrap up their season at 11-10-0 as the defending state champions in Division II. Will see their dreams of defending come to a close here. Congratulations to the Shawnee Indians. Haven't been back to regionals in a long time. 2004 the last. Making the most of their opportunity here as they celebrate at midfield. Quality team putting on a quality performance, most especially in the second half, where they really were dominant and took it to Madison. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our Chicago Title Agency postgame, which will include some interviews, including one with our player of the match, and we'll break down the final stats. Look forward to future tournament action. So keep it here. Postgame action rolls along in just a moment.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Back here with our Baker's Collision MVP, Zoe Best, sophomore from the victorious Lima Shawnee Indians. First off, Zoe, congratulations. Take me through your goal.
So I just got a really great ball from Chloe Cleves, our left back. She's just a great all-around player. You know, the defense gives great balls just as good as the midfield does. I just took a good touch, and then I just tried to finish it in the back of the net.
Coach told me before the match that you guys have been working really hard, even through quarantine. You guys wanted to do some Zoom workouts to get ready for this season. Only one loss on this season. You're now playing for a regional championship. Just how does it feel after all the work that you guys have put through to be getting to this moment?
It just feels great. I mean, I love this team so much. We're all super excited. We were in the right mindset the whole ride here. We got here. We just worked super hard, and then it paid off in the end.
And what all did you get? When did you guys realize that you could have a special season like this? I know that she said you were working through quarantine, but when was the moment that you guys realized that you could do this and wanted to put that extra work in?
Winning our league, the WL, it really helped. It pushed us to really just want to go far, just set expectations for ourselves each game, just take it a game at a time, and that's what we've been doing. And we're just going to keep going from here.
You're on to the regional championship. It's looking like you're going to play Rocky River, but what are some of the expectations? What are some of the goals that you want, not only for the next game, but possibly further?
We just got to go in with the right mindset, keep up our little 1-2 passes and our long balls through, and just play as a team. Just stay mentally focused and have a good mindset and stay relentless, and we should take this all the way.
And lastly, if you want to look into the camera and give a shout out to anybody back at Shawnee, go for it.
I'd like to give a shout out to my big brother, Anthony Vest. He's a senior on the boys team, and they're going to regionals too, so yeah.
All right, Zoe, congratulations. Our Baker's Collision MVP, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Send it back up to the boys, and then we'll be back here to get Coach here in a second.
All right, thank you, Travis, and thank you, Zoe, for joining us. Humble young lady, and sounds like they did have some expectations and they were working hard during the offseason, and even though they didn't quite have a phenomenal year a season ago, still felt like they had the pieces to get to this point.
Yeah, I love the turnaround that they've had. 7-9-1 to 18-1-1 in a berth in the regional finals. I mean, that's such an impressive accolade. So impressed. I can see the coaches down there dancing. I think she's ready for the next interview here, but she has done a terrific job.
So we do have Caroline O'Brien standing by with Travis, maybe getting a dance lesson or something there. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. We'll see if we can interrupt, get in the middle of this, and get an interview. What's up, Trav?
Sorry. No, I think we're good. Back here with Coach O'Brien, who just told me she's born and raised in West Virginia. Country Roads just playing, so she loved that. Her favorite song, Sweet Caroline's played. Got to be celebratory. First regional championship appearance in quite a while. Just take me through the match. It was a defensive battle to start, but you guys finally broke through in the second half.
You know, absolutely. I think, the kids were trying to tread the water a little bit to see how things would play out at the beginning. And once our backs kind of figured out kind of Nevaeh to try to shut her down a little bit, that gave our wingers a little bit more opportunity. And just if we play our style of game, just, settle the ball and pass the ball quickly through the midfield, we'll be all right. So I thought the kids executed that well, especially the second half. Probably the last 15 minutes of the first half, we really started to kind of get into our rhythm. And then that just kind of took that into the second half. And, I'm super proud of the kids for executing and finishing on some of those goals. Kennedy making that PK was amazing. And then Tama, one of our freshman wingers, having that composure to finish that goal in the back of the net. And then Zoe Best on this outside, beautiful cross from Chloe Cleves as an outside right back into Zoe, and it was just a beautiful run and for a great finish.
This is a team that doesn't seem like the last time they were in a regional was 2004. You guys, like you said before the match, they've wanted to put in the extra work. They wanted to get to this point, and you guys are moving on. You're still alive. You're going to the Elite Eight. Just what do you guys need to do to keep moving on?
We just have to continue to play our style of game and not get too worked up. I mean, I just heard that we're playing Rocky River, and I know, that the caliber of play from, Northeast Ohio is amazing. So, we'll be ready for the challenge, and we just got to clean up the little things and just keep things simple. Play simple.
And finally, if you want to give a shout out to Shawnee Nation that's watching back home live and free, go for it.
Hey, everybody back home, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you being here with us on the TV screen. And Elite Eight, baby. Yeah!
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No
Thanks
problem.
for the coverage.
No problem at all. Back to you guys.
Good stuff there from Coach O'Brien. Obviously very excited about her girls and the opportunity to move on and play in the Elite Eight, though she understands what's laying ahead of them, Jesse, and Rocky River, and a team out of Northeast Ohio that got really close to winning a state championship last season, probably even hungrier this year to get back and see if they can't take care of business. So they're going to have their hands full with that team, but I really like what we saw from Shawnee here tonight, particularly from the defensive side of things. But they got some girls that can play offense too. It's actually a pretty complete team. I was satisfied, I guess, with what we saw from them at all three levels. A solid team from top to bottom.
And I think the coach nailed it right. She said the first half they're just kind of feeling out Madison to kind of see how the game was going to go. The second half, I think you saw the real Shawnee team. I mean, they came out, they were aggressive, they're intercepting the passes, creating turnovers, and just really felt like they attacked for at least that second half of the second half. Just felt like they attacked for about 20-25 minutes in there and just had multiple chances, good goals, PK. I mean, you name, they scored in a variety of ways, and they've got a variety of players who can score. So certainly it's going to be a battle with Rocky River. They've got some talent here. They've got the ability to play, but Rocky River is, you're right, that it's another level there. And so it's going to be kind of fun to watch them match up, and teams that don't really play each other a similar schedule throughout the year. And Rocky River is obviously, they were in a similar situation last year, and we talked about Shawnee was not. What a turnaround Coach O'Brien has done this year in this game.
And perhaps Coach Zach Huff there just giving away a few tips about Rocky River, maybe some strategy. They did play them during the regular season, and the Pirates beat Madison 4-0. And then last year, of course, Lady Rams were able to take them down in the tournament play. Let's check out the final stats of the night. Brought to you by Chicago Title Agency. And just the amount of efficiency that Shawnee had at the offensive end, I think, was a big difference in the match, Jesse. When they take shots, they make sure that they're on frame. They had some good looks and, of course, able to put away 3 of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, the second half was such a different tale. I mean, they were able to kind of get into the space they wanted, get an attack in the area they wanted, and really scored good goals because of it. And the PK we question, but the breakaway by Bess and the freshman as well. I mean, they had some good build-up play, a couple near goals as well. I thought they started moving the ball really well in the second half. And you're right, so efficient on those shots. That shot on target and the statistics you said during the game, that's a really impressive statistic.
Yeah, 9 of their 11 shots tonight ended up on frame. 3 of them ending up in the back of the net. And for Madison, they have the 16 shots, a lot of those coming in the first half. Just weren't able to produce much offense in the second with Nevaeh Lewis on the sideline. And as Coach even mentioned, they started figuring her out a little bit during the match. Didn't allow Lewis to break free and have some killer one-on-ones with the goalkeeper, as we've seen her do time and again throughout her 2-year career.
Yeah, I thought defensively Shawnee did exactly what they needed to do. Limit Nevaeh's touches, limit how she gets the ball and where she gets the ball, and if she does, just kind of collapse around her and not let her get into the box. And then the first half, maybe 1 or 2 times in the box. Second half, 1 time in the box. I mean, those are good. I thought they defended so well. They were so organized, so smart defensively. And then Swallows just, made all the routine saves throughout the game. In the last 10-15 minutes, she had 2 spectacular saves back-to-back to secure the shutout.
That's going to wrap up our coverage here of the regional semifinal. Shawnee moving on to the championship match to take on Rocky River. Madison ends their season at 11-10-0. The defending D2 state champions now knocked out of tournament play. I want to thank our incredible staff for bringing you guys tonight's broadcast. 4 cameras for you tonight. We had Storm Blunchley, Hayden Gray, Travis Berardi, and Garrett Parlett, all camera operators for you. Travis doing double duty as a sideline reporter. Adam Thompson up here in the box with us, doing some nice producing, controlling the audio. And to all of our sponsors, Baker's Collision, Chicago Title Agency, Charter Next Gen, and Mechanics Bank, big shout out to each of them. Please support all those businesses that allow us to do what we do, and that is bring you live and free high school sports here on the OH Report. Still got a bunch coming up this week as well. Lexington continues on in their tournament action. They'll be playing in regionals right back here tomorrow night. We will have that match against Bishop Watterson for you guys live and free at 6 p.m. Volleyball on Thursday, and then a ton of football over the weekend. We have got a loaded schedule, so keep it here on the OH Report, your home for live and free high school sports. For Jesse Ryder, I'm Brian Skronsky. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night right back here at Marion Harding. So long for now.